It's cold and windy today, guys, but I've been thinking about dahlias, so I thought I would share. I just kind of wanted to share all the varieties that I'm growing this year. I love watching what everyone else is growing, and I was recently bit by the dahlia fever bug. And, despite only growing a handful of these in the past, I have now decided to multiply drastically. So most of these are just, some of them are starting to sprout, but I think there's a handful of tubers I still haven't planted. Most of them are potted up, waiting for them to sprout. I'm not really watering, the soil's quite dry. I think as soon as the weather warms up, we'll see some more growth. There's no rhyme or reason as to which are in larger pots versus smaller pots. It really was determined by tuber size. So anything that wouldn't fit in the smallest pot went to the next size up. And I also have some seed dahlias, so maybe we'll talk about those first. So I actually saved I didn't grow any dahlias last year, but the year before I grew one. I don't know exactly what it was. I think it was maybe Arabian Night. And when I talk about some of the different tubers, I'll throw some pictures up so you can see what I'm talking about. But I actually saved seed from it. So 3 of these are seed that I saved. The other kinds that I'm growing from seed, I tried to get my hands on as many different seeds as I could. And I'm growing 3 of each. So there's 18 seed dahlias altogether. So the first one was the seed that I saved. Then there's one called Showpiece Mix. There's one called Giant Mix. There's one called Unwinds Mix. Red Skin Mix. And of those, I believe I got them all from either Baker Creek or Vesey's, which is a seed company here in Canada, or from M.I. Gardner. I think I got the Giant Mix from him. And then the last one is Bee's Choice Mix, which is a floret seed. So these are all doing pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see. They're kind of like surprises, right? So you never know what you're going to get. So in the last dahlia video that I had on potting up all these beauties, I talked about some of the tubers that I had gotten from Walmart, which actually ended up having leaf gall. So I had gotten a few other things from there, and I had also gotten some tubers from like dollar store type places. So I'm watching those guys like a hawk. They're potted up. I checked the tubers over really well. I didn't see any more signs of disease, and the package that I threw out. So hopefully there's no more issues, but I am watching, and if I see anything, I won't hesitate to throw them out. So the ones that I did get from Walmart that I kept was a package of cafe au lait, and also a cafe au lait mix of 5 different tubers. So it could have cafe au lait, but it could also have I guess sports of cafe au lait, which are rosé and royal. So I don't know what I might get, but the other ones I got at Walmart were one called Blue Boy, one called Thomas Edison, and a single called HS Juliet. So actually those are HS Juliet right there that have already sprouted, and so far they're looking okay. So fingers crossed for the rest of those, especially the cafe au lait. They're so popular. I've never grown it, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So some of the other ones that I got from the dollar store, And these may or may not actually be the varieties that they are. I did my best to source, where they came from and confirm with them what varieties they might be, but there's a couple that I'm unsure of. So one I think is Vancouver. One I think is Duet, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to see it and the colors when it actually grows. Arabian Night, Kevin Floodlight, and an Unknown Pink. I couldn't actually find a variety name for that one. And one of the Arabian Nights from a previous year is this guy right here. I potted him up. So he's growing good. I've already pinched him. So, in addition to those tubers, especially after I had that incident with the Walmart tubers, I decided to, well, I had already ordered some from Canadian suppliers, but I ordered actually some more. So from Stone Meadow Gardens, which is in BC, I ordered Sylvia, which is also called Maarn, a Cornel Bronze, a Caitlyn's Joy, which I am super excited about. It's gorgeous. My best friend has 2 daughters. Their names are Caitlyn and Elizabeth, and they have 2 cats whose names are Joy and Cara. So Caitlyn's Joy, and there's also a dahlia that I wasn't able to get my hands on, but it's called Cara Elizabeth. So if anyone sees that tuber, please let me know for sale in Canada, because I'd love to get, have both of them and grow those for her. And I also got Jowie Winnie from Stone Meadow Gardens. Their tubers were awesome. Ivanetti is another one that I got from them, and it's not potted up yet. I have it here. So it's awesome. It's a great size. It's in super, it's firm. It's in super good condition. It's got a couple of sprouts. Actually, I could divide this here if I wanted, but I'm gonna grow it just like this. So it's also a really pretty one. I'm super excited for it. So Stems Flower Farm in Ontario, I ordered one tuber from them called Small World, and also some seeds. But Small World looks adorable. It's a small ball dahlia, or a pom-pom dahlia that's white, and I think it kind of blushes pink. So I'm excited to grow that one. From Vesey's, which is in Prince Edward Island. It's nice and local to me. I'm just in Nova Scotia. I ordered a package of 2 called Miss Brandy. And they're kind of, they have a different color on the underside of their petals, so they're quite interesting as well. From Creekside Growers, which is in Ontario, I ordered Sweet Love, and I also ordered one of their value variety mixes of 10 tubers, so I don't have any idea what they will be, and that is extremely exciting to me. Kind of in the same vein as the seed dahlias, like it's like a happy surprise. You just don't know what you're gonna get. So I'm excited to see what I get there, and hopefully I'll be able to match up what they actually are with, the tubers that they sell. And then actually on my provincial Dahlia Society Facebook page, some of the members were doing their own tuber sales. So one of those sellers only lives like 10 or 15 minutes away from me, and he had some interesting varieties. It's funny, like when I was looking at all these, flower farmers in Canada and in the US that are all selling dahlias, a lot of them are the same. Like you see a lot of, Cornel Bronze and Jowie Winnie, and you see, Cafe au Lait. Everyone seems to have the same core dahlias, but some of these Dahlia Society members, like they've been growing for decades, and they have some different varieties that I don't know if they're not common, but they're definitely not the trendy ones that you see everywhere. So there was some different ones, which was really exciting. And certainly they had some trendy ones too. But what I was able to get from that member, I got Chimicum Troy, Blight and Softer Gleam, which is gorgeous in the photos. I hope it's half as pretty in real life. Hilltop Lost Treasure, which is, I think it's a semi-cactus, and it's the only cactus type I've kind of gone for. I think I'm drawn towards the balls the most, but it was too pretty to pass up. And good prices too. I also got from him J.S. Dorothy Rose and an anemone type called Mexico. And then, of course, when the garden centers opened up, they were selling tubers as well. There's a company that sells in Canada pretty much everywhere. Like, they sell bulbs of all type, tubers, asparagus crowns, things like that, called Florissa. And our local garden center had some. So from them, I got Boom Boom Yellow, which is a nice, soft, pretty one. Wine-Eyed Jill, and Silver Years. So, in case you lost track, that's 18 seed dahlias. There's 27 different named varieties that I'm growing, plus the 10 unknowns that I'm not sure of. And altogether, that's going to be 55 tubers. So we're looking at 70 plus dahlias. So, what are you guys growing? Let me know what varieties I need for next year, and happy growing.